Hello guys, welcome to another RunOS video. This is following on from our previous video introducing our MCP server and the Vibe deploy concept. All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to build a slightly more complex application. In this case, we're going to try the blog platform. Which will make use of MySQL to keep track of our blog posts. And then we're also going to allow the user to upload images, featured images for each article into the MinIO object storage. All right, so just to sort of carry on from the previous video, we're just going to go here. And here we can have a look at the previous app that we deployed, our handyman service. Here's some build logs for us, which is interesting to see. And then we can also see our application here, some information about the various environmental variables that were set. Now, incidentally, these correspond to the .env file that will automatically be written by the MCP as well. And then we can click here to open up the actual app. All right. Okay, so let's go back to Vibe deploy, and then we'll just copy this instruction over here. All right, so this time I've got a bare bones new project. So because I've got RunOS now installed globally on my computer, I don't need to install it on the project only. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the terminal here, RunOS MCP configure Claude. So incidentally, there's a few other options here as well if you want to use something else. But we'll use Claude. Right, so it's written the MCP server configuration for us and just a couple of other things to help us out. Okay. All right, so then again, we need to make sure we're starting a new Claude session for this to work. So let's ask it, how are my clusters doing? Just for fun. Let's see what it does. All right, I just paused the video, so save time, but here you can see it's given us some information about our 3 clusters. Anyway, so let's go ahead and share this into the chat, and then we're going to press enter. And yeah, I'm going to pause it again. Just a quick status update on what it's been doing. It's been reading the RunOS documentation, looking at the cluster, whether our cluster is ready to go. But since we're following on from the previous cluster, it's going to be running next to it. And then, right, so now it's asking me to create a MinIO bucket. So by default, when you're configuring your cluster, we are creating a MinIO as well as a Harbor instance. So there's already a MinIO available. If you wanted to, you can ask AI to create a new MinIO instance. But in this case, we'll just use the same MinIO to store our objects because there's no reason to create a new one. So it's asking us now to create a new bucket. And then now it's asking us to make this bucket public. So this is obviously read only. See, it's made a mistake there. Let's see if it can fix it. So it's realized that we needed to update the MinIO to allow public access first. Otherwise, by default, port 443 will be blocked. And it's just enabled port 443. So you can't enable a bucket for public access without doing that first. And now it looks like it's starting to build out the application. So I'm going to pause the video. Cool, so it's written some code for us, and it is now wanting to try and enable that bucket access again after enabling port 443. Let's see if it works now. And now it's wanting to create a new MinIO user because we'd like to use a dedicated user for uploading, and that user will primarily have access to the bucket we're creating. So it's public read only, but in order to actually write to it, you need to use that user that it's creating now. Now it's giving that user full grant access on that bucket. Oh my gosh. All right, so it's done a few more things here for us. And now it's asked to deploy. So let's see how the deploy goes. All right, so it's deployed the app. Now it's done some inspections on the logs, and it's telling us that the app is unhealthy, but it understands that MySQL takes a while to get up and running, so it's understandably being patient. So we'll just wait a while. All right, so it went, the deployment was finished, and then it realized by looking at the app logs, as you can see there, that it was missing a package. And now it's gone and added it, and it's going to try and redeploy. So we'll say yes to the redeploy. All right, so it's finished. So let's try it out. Okay, so we'll log in. Admin and admin. Create an article. Let's upload an image of me. Okay. And there you go. Doesn't look particularly great, but yeah, it's good. So now we can have a look at the image by itself. And as you can see here, we're serving it off the MinIO. Right, so now we can go and ask it a question. Check the DB. How many articles do we have so far? I'm going to pause it while it's busy. Okay, never mind. It's asking me to execute SQL. You can have a look. Fairly straightforward. Yeah, happy with that. And there you go. It's given me the answer. You have one article. Looks like you already tasted creating. So yeah, there we go. We have now created a blog that you can upload images to using a MySQL database. And as shown here, you can also have a look at some of the data. We can also ask it something like, how many images do we have uploaded in total? Because it's got access to the MinIO bucket as well. So there you go. Now it's okay. So it's realized it's made a mistake, so it should fix it automatically. There you go. There's our image. You can see the raw response. Cool. All right. So I think that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one.